Hello, let's bring Godzilla Month to an end. We've had a lot of fun. Honestly, I wish I could have had the time to talk about more Godzilla films, but I think we covered a good amount of ground. So, we've covered a lot about what has happened with Godzilla, both far in the past and recently. Let's try and look to the future. What's next for the big giant lizard monster that can breathe radiation energy? Well, there's two different angles to look at this. What's going on with Toho, the studio that brought us Godzilla, and what's going on with Hollywood. So for Toho, I honestly don't know. Okay, so after the American Hollywood made their 2014 Godzilla film, Toho released their reboot of Godzilla, Shin Godzilla, in 2016. After that, they partnered up with Netflix, who would work as an international distributor, to make the first anime Godzilla trilogy. I'm not quite sure how well critics responded to it, but as for the entire fan base, they're garbage. I'm sorry, they just are. The anime Godzilla trilogy is just trying to be something so hard that's not really part of Godzilla's nature. I mean, there were some interesting ideas that probably could have been better utilized in a different Godzilla film, but this just wasn't the right place for it. Now, the most recent of this Godzilla trilogy, the third one, released on Netflix earlier this month, actually. So, in terms of what's next for Godzilla from Toho, there still really isn't a lot of news regarding that yet. But hopefully, something that's better than the last trilogy. Now let's take a look at Legendary Pictures / Warner Brothers and their own Godzilla franchise. Well, after the 2014 Godzilla film, which opened up to financial success and critical success, sequels were planned for the slate, starting with actually sort of a prequel spin-off, well, not spin-off, but a prequel, Kong Skull Island, which shows an earlier version of the Monarch organization dealing with King Kong in the 1960s on his own island. And coming out in a few months, we'll have the sequel to the 2014 film Godzilla King of the Monsters, where Godzilla will join with Mothra, Rodan, and King Ghidorah for this second film. After that, we've got Kong vs. Godzilla, or is it Godzilla vs. Kong? Anyway, we got that crossover coming out in 2020. After that, again, nothing's really set in stone. I mean, I'm assuming that based on how the next two films will do, that we'll end up getting a Godzilla 3. And there are some fan theories probably playing with the idea of what could happen in Godzilla 3. Particularly one fan theory that says we'll see Godzilla go up against a monster called Destroya, which showed up in the second era of Godzilla films as one of the few times Godzilla died on screen, and Destroya was a man-made monster that was due to some side effects that came from the oxygen destroyer, which showed up in the original Godzilla film. And since there is confirmation that the oxygen destroyer will show up in Godzilla King of the Monsters, a fan theory says that we'll probably end up seeing that in the future Godzilla 3 film. But this is just all fan theories. Nothing's confirmed yet. But anyway, I expect Godzilla to have a pretty rich future, because there's still some cool stuff that have yet to be done, and some cool stuff that can be reimagined that happened in past films that could be more visually stunning in future films. That's really all I have for this video, to be honest. And that's the end for Godzilla Month. I'll probably end up talking about Godzilla for sure more in the future, but that's all I really have for the month of January 2019. So, let's move on. I'm Dr. Cinema. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll see you guys next time.